today, guys. The day just got away from me. Thank you all for coming. I do appreciate you. I have no idea if anybody else is on live. I have no idea what's going on. All I know is I have been listening to The Attic over the last couple of days, like while I've been driving. And there's a lot going on. And I just have to, kind of say what I gotta say, or I'm never gonna say it. We'll just blow past it, and we can't do that. I can't allow that. Ratatouille, Towley, hello, Indy, Delta Saves. Hey, I see you, West Virginia Jules. Kathy Cuntfish, also known as Bunny, Little Introvert, Hollow, Impervious Cat, Omi, hello. Summer school is now in session. Oh my gosh, I just know I'm gonna forget something, so let me bring this up right now because I don't want to forget because it's so much fun. I had so much fun making these. Hold on. I do not want to forget. All right, here we go. So today, over the weekend and today, I launched 4 new merch designs. Can you guys see that? Am I sharing? I am. I love it so much. Lisa, do you love the new one as well? So do I. Hey, Joda, Dream Beam. First time catching a live in like a million years. Well, hey there. Ready to throw down Jenna Celeste. Harlow is, you have to excuse Harlow. She's about to be noisy. She's trying to fix her blanket so she can lay down. In the corner, Frosty the Homeman, Suzanka, Rose, Catacorn Mermaid. There's Our Lady of Perpetual Poutine. So glad you're here. Yaba, hello. I don't care. I love it. Thank you for coming in with a sword. Soft reset. Damn it, Amber. Kimmy Sunshine, I see you too. All right, guys. So anyhow, hey, Gretchen, not the great. Tori, hello. All right, over to the merch. So over the weekend, we launched the Soft Tacos t-shirt, and there's 2 versions of the Soft Taco t-shirt. This one is just straight Soft Tacos. The description reads, Soft Tacos, the expert handwriting analysis that cracked the case of who wrote the word bitch on the window of Juan's grandma's Buick. Spoiler, it was Juan himself. That's right. These are offered in white font, lilac, which is like a dark or a light purple, dark purple, glitter purple, or silver. That's for the font, not the shirt. The shirt's black. Don't ask for another color. We're not doing that right now. All right. Black shirts. I have to tell you all that, yes, I still have the V-necks listed, but where I got the first round of V-neck t-shirts from, now they're talking about like deliveries in July. So if you order a V-neck, just know you're going to be on my schedule and possibly finding your size of V-neck. The crew necks, though, I can get those all day, every day, I believe up to a size 3X. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're ordering. Abby Joe, good to see you. I want to thank everybody who's already placed an order from my merch store. I think I'm approaching 30 orders since I launched it, which is fucking amazing. You guys are amazing. I'm having so much fun coming up with the designs with you guys, and then actually like designing them and making sure that it's doable. Do you have extra small shirts? Joda, you have a lot of fucking nerve. Of course, I can get extra small. I don't think I currently have it as an option because really, extra small. Okay, Joda, let me make a note. And Joda needs an extra small. Okay. And you know what? You better be an extra small. That's all I really have to say about it. I'm putting your XS. This time stands for extra small, not extra seat. JODA. And you know what? I could probably find extra small V-necks easier than I could the bigger sizes. I don't know, whatever. What is this? Let me see. Hold on. What is this nonsense? Incoming. Oh my. Who did that? Let me guess. Oh, let's see. I see Chicken Pickle. Y'all are losing your minds over there on the Twitter. All right. So we've got Soft Tacos. So we have this version that just says Soft Tacos. And then we also have Soft Tacos Bitch. Soft Tacos Bitch, the complete expert handwriting analysis to crack the case of who wrote the word bitch on the window of Juan's grandma's Buick. Spoiler, it was Juan himself, offered in the same color choices. All right, moving on. This was inspired by today's live stream and today's thumbnail. Like, I designed the thumbnail and then I was like, wow, that's totally going to be a shirt. Attic Tech Community College School of Business, ATCC Connorsville, where opportunity knocks. It's offered in 2 different designs as well. This design is the small logo. So it's a small logo like up there in the upper left of the chest area. And then you can also get it in the large logo that's more like, you know, covers, you know, whatever. There it is. It's like that. It's bigger. Attic Tech Community College School of Business, ATCC, Connorsville, where opportunity knocks. I want you all to know, I'm not sure if it's in the stream we're going to watch today of Juan's from Rumble from last night, or if it was a different one where he talks about there's a local school called Ivy Tech Community College, and that's where he went. Ivy Tech is like, you know, the state school in Indiana. If you just need to go to community college and you know, state school, state community colleges are super cheap, right? Like, you know, you can get an RN like all at Ivy Tech at a state school real cheap. And it's the same degree and license that you would get if you went to the state university, you know, whatever. So anyway, my point is, this is Ivy Tech Community College green. There was a reason I chose this particular shade of green. And this is, the Ivy Tech's colors are like green and white. And this is the green. Okay. This should be $150 tee. Hey, Kayla, good to see you. DG, hello. Do you love it? Goofy dumb, goofy hoe bitch, where opportunity knocks as much as the Buick's engine. Anyways, that's fun. Get that out of the way. So those are live on the website right now. Just take note, though, if you are ordering anytime this week, there could be a slight delay in you receiving your order, only on account of I am having outpatient surgery Wednesday. Okay. It's my understanding it's not supposed to be like a downtime situation type deal. Like, I'll be fine, you know, come home and right back at it. But I'm just saying, just in case, you know, just in case shit goes sour. Yeah, your shirt might not ship by the end of the week, but that's what I'm trying for. So I had some. Hey, did you take my shirts? Of course you did. Of course you took my shirts. Yeah, so there was merch that shipped out. Was it Friday? I think it was Friday. Yes. So merch did ship out Friday. I don't see Manning in the chat, but Manning, your shirt did not go Friday just because Yaba was still live when I left, and I didn't have an opportunity to ask her to get that package and ship it to you. So yours is still sitting on the shelf. And then if you're a size medium, okay, if you ordered a size medium vexatious litigant shirt, you're going to have to wait because you're not a fatty. So I didn't have another medium. So I got to get a medium for you. And then there's also an extra large. That's right. Extra large. If you're the Sam to my Yaba, if that's your order, you're also not fat. So I didn't have your size on hand. You're going to have to wait because I'm going to go get that tomorrow. Okay. All right. First dibs on your pudding cup. Teddy Pig, you can have my pudding cup. I do not enjoy a pudding cup. All right. Skinny discrimination. That's right, P-Day. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. Hold on. Let me look at this. Yaba texted me something like right as I went live, and it's so interesting. Speaking of Manning, let me see if I can screen share this. Teddy Pig, thank you so much for the super chat. And you can have my pudding. Absolutely disgusting. I don't like pudding. All right, let's see. Wait, let me see if there's anything that shouldn't be showing. Yeah, never mind. Let me go to the Twitter instead of being lazy about it. Hold on. There she is. Our Lady of Perpetual Poutine. I knew it was you. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Let's see, share screen. Joda, thank you so much for joining memberships. We do love our basic Betties. I'll have you know that I am sipping today on a fresh strawberry, how do you say that word? ACAI lemonade with extra ice. And it looks like extra strawberry inclusions, courtesy of my woman. Thank you so much, baby. Love you so much. Yes, you do love pudding. Yaba loves sweets, and I like salty, chippy stuff. Hold on, Our Lady. I'm getting to it. Hell. Here we go. What is this shit? And it is you. See? Right there. It is you. Mm-mm. Acai. Is that it? How it is? Thank you, goofy, dumb, goofy hoe, bitch. Acai. Acai. Well, can I just say a Kai and, you know, will that be okay? Steph, they're delicious. Not your mama's banana pudding is the effing, yeah, I'm not banana pudding. I'm just not. Fucking sicko. Where is Manning, by the way? Oh, let me guess, she's in court. She couldn't be here because she's in court. It's all right. She'll catch the replay, I'm sure. God, it's so good. Teddy Pig, we don't drink alcohol. All right. Anyway, there's enough of that. It's disgusting. It's sick. Yeah, because we're just like, sicko. All right, listen. We don't have all day, so we're going to get to Ron's Rumble. I do have some timestamps written down because, again, we don't have all day. All right, so we're just going to have to get to it. There's a lot going on in Connorsville. It seems that Hunch and Clara Hondra, they are still dedicated to single-handedly, between the two of them, revitalize downtown Connorsville with this shop that they're going to be opening that Ron and Clara have launched a Kickstarter for. They have a $10,000 Kickstarter goal to launch this store in downtown Connorsville that is going to revitalize downtown. They are going to be the saviors of the community. And it's great. So we are at the 10-minute timestamp of Ron's Rumble from yesterday is where we're starting. And he first has a message for all fathers on Father's Day.
32 a.m. It just shows where I am at in my state of mind. I'm a fucking robot. I am the monkey on the organ grinder. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there who somehow spent Mother's Day taking women out to eat and making sure they didn't have to lift a finger to having to cook all the fucking food for everybody because it's your day. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
What an odd, strange Father's Day message to send. Boy, you just can't help but to see hate for women, especially mothers of children. It's concerning. It's concerning. All right, I'm just going to bop forward just a little.
And I am guaranteed to give you a shit show every single fucking time.
And thank God for that. Thank God for that. Let me tell you what, the milk these days is sweet. It's like sweet vanilla, whatever that sweet vanilla cream is at the Starbucks that you get instead of the almond milk so your drink tastes better. That's what it is. That's how good it is.
You tune in. First thing I want to get out of the way is some criticisms I've had about the Kickstarter. I want to explain how people are a little confused as to how two people or even one person can try and help rehab a downtown. Well, okay, it has to start with one person. And unfortunately, I'm not the first. I am like the third or fourth person in line who is actively trying to rehab this part of our downtown.
All right. So Ron says he's like the third or fourth person in line for as far as, you know, as far as people who've tried to rehabilitate downtown Connorsville, Indiana. And I don't have the clip. I don't know where I saw the clip. I don't know if it was a TikTok or a live me. I honestly don't know. But I saw this video of Ron, and he was standing outside of where I presume they intend to start this business in Connorsville. And he was complaining about the new sidewalks. Did anybody see that video that I'm talking about? Hold on, I'm looking for something that I thought I had ready to go and I didn't. So here we go. All right, there we go. But does anybody know the video I'm talking about? Incoming where, babe? Just tell me. Oh, there you are, Pink Lava. Of course you saw it because I'm pretty sure I saw it on the farms. Anyway, that's why I can't find it because I can't pull up the farms on my Mac. And quite frankly, like when it does load, you can't get the shit to load. Anyway, hold on. Pause 1 second. Uh-oh. Babe, send me the screenshot of the other one. Unless you want to share it with the people tomorrow, although I don't know. I'm not quite sure that the morning support group crew has earned it. Let's see. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So he does this, like, I don't know. Hey, Hilarious Ann, good to see you. He does this, like, little short. I don't know if it's a YouTube short. I don't know where it was, whatever. And he's complaining. He's, like, standing outside the site of this store, allegedly, and he's complaining about the new sidewalks. Dang it, now I wish I had it handy so I could show it to y'all. Because he made a real big damn deal about how ridiculous the new sidewalks are in little downtown, Connorsville, literally right outside where he and Clara intend to open this store, right? And like, I don't know what it's called. He calls it a mulch moat. But like basically they're all brand new sidewalks. They look great. So there's the sidewalk from the building to like this mulch moat, as he calls it. And then there's like a strip where it's not concrete and it's presumably soil and there's mulch over it. And then that runs the length of the city block as well. And then there's brand new concrete, from that point out to the street and the curb and everything. And it looks good. It looks great, right? Well, of course, he's just bitching about it. And he's saying how that's the stupidest thing he's ever seen because in the wintertime, that's just going to retain water. And what happens when, water gets, piled up or whatever, puddled up in the winter and then it freezes and that's just a hazard. And the people who, whoever approved that in Connorsville is a real, fucking dummy or whatever. And it's like, okay, wow. Because that was telling me a whole lot all at once. One is the fact that Ron has absolutely no idea how like a small government and especially small town government and municipalities, how they work as far as like who does the planning and who decides, if there's going to be new sidewalks put in downtown, where that money comes, who they hired to do it, what the design is going to be. Is it going to be just straight sidewalk or are we going to have a mulch moat? I don't know I don't even know what that's actually called. Our Lady Perpetual Poutine mulch moat equals Clara. DC Media Critter, you're funny. Thank you so much for the super chat. Like, I don't know what it's called, but when I saw it, I was like, man, that's brand new. That tells me this is their little downtown area, right? Like, oh, thank you so much, Lava. Like they're already working to revitalize downtown. So if that's the case, then it's all like on public record. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you feel me? Like, first of all, the city of Connorsville and the county, they had to come up with the money to do these projects. And then like the process of like planning everything and designing everything, all of that is done, between city leaders and planners and the people, right? The citizens of the community. And they have meetings over months and months and months. And then there's, proposals and then there's voting and then, decisions are made. So if these sidewalks are already, done right there in downtown Connorsville, where Ron and Claire are about to rent this store space, then this process of revitalizing downtown Connorsville is already in full swing. That's what those brand new sidewalks that he had so much to say about told me. Goofy dumb goofy hill bitch. Yaba blew past my super chat last night, which was amazing, by the way. But I need to know, are we sure his tub of superficial DVDs didn't come from his blockbuster heist? Thank you so much for the super chat. You know what? They probably did. And that's probably where they really came from. Those totes of DVDs have probably been sitting in his grandma's basement literally for the last, what has it been, 20 years since, no, not 20. Well, I don't know. Okay, 15, 16, I don't know. Since he was allegedly involved in said heist. All right, I will. Thank you. Yeah, they could very well have been sitting in his grandma's basement literally all this time. Because, that's that's an interesting thought there, goofy, dumb, goofy, hell bitch, because I don't believe for a second that he bought these at some like estate auction or what was the story? He gave a story about where he bought these tubs of DVDs, and it wasn't that long ago. I bet somebody could scratch that up and see what his story was. I mean, because, whenever Ron does something that he's proud of himself about, he talks about it a lot, And if he had recently scored this great used DVD, lot at some estate auction or something like that, we would have heard more about it. He said a semi-driver died and he bought them at an estate sale. Thank you. It's Pink Lava. That's what I thought I heard too. I don't know. I just felt like there would have been, we would have heard more about it. I could be wrong. P-Day today. Thank you so much for being a member for 17 months. We love our basic Betties. So is it going to be an antique DVD store? I don't know, but hold on. Let me check my messages. Let's see if I can get this sucker to play. Oh, yeah. This is great. Thank you. Oh, shut up. Oh, it was on Facebook. Okay, fine. Hold on. Soft reset. Thank you so much for the super chat. You gotta be respectful, though, okay? I'm in a loving, committed relationship with the love of my life. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Stop screen presenting. Start screen presenting. Facebook. All right, guys, here we go. 55 seconds. I don't know why he put this bear thing in front of his face. I'm confused on that, but whatever. Don't need to see his face.
Downtown Connorsville, and soon to be a business owner down here. But I
soon to be a business owner down here. Hey, it's Pink Lava. I know you cracked the code on the address. Could you put that in my DMs as well? Just on account of, I'm curious of what the location is that you've triangulated in relation to the very specific location that the city of Connorsville has mapped out to be like the current phase 1 and ongoing phase of the downtown Connorsville revitalization initiative. It's a thing. They spent all last year, the better part of the last 2 years, doing all the research and development and the planning and the discussions and the voting and the bidding, and it's begun. Downtown Connorsville, Indiana has already been being revitalized. And here we've got Ronald P. and Clara Hondra taking to internet on the Rumble, trying to make everyone believe that these two yahoos are going to be the saviors of Connorsville, Indiana, and they're about to rent them a brick and mortar right smack dab in the middle of the Connorsville, and they're going to open up a shop selling incense, used DVDs, and seminars on internet fuckery, and they're going to save the town. They're going to take credit for the revitalization that's already well underway over there in the Connorsville. Don't believe me? I have done the research.
Notice this this engineering anomaly before me. What's this, dude?
I think they look fucking great. I think that those sidewalks look great. Oh, look at the family video back there. I see. Is that some sort of boutique? That looks like the mannequin. Do you see here? It looks like they're wearing some sort of, what's it called?
Runs from the curb all the way up to the next curb. So when you get out of your car, what, you have to step over this? Fortunately for me, my business is going to be inside in a hallway. But I'm just curious about when people do come.
I'd really like some more information about the abaya. Yes, thank you, string cheese. I couldn't think of the word. What is this in the hallway? I'm just so curious about that.
Downtown and they do park. Supposed to do so now when winter comes. See, this is going to retain water. This is going to refreeze over. Now somebody's going to get out. They're going to try to step over, and they're just going to fall. Or they'll just take.
Is that what's going to happen, Mr. Corbin? Are you now some sort of structural engineer? Are you an engineer? Did you go to college for the engineering?
Take their business somewhere else. I don't know. Can somebody explain that to me?
Could somebody explain that to him? Anybody?
Okay.
Anybody in the chat want to offer any insight on that? Kayla, thank you for being a member for 13 months. I have no idea what you're talking about. City planner moment. Totally. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? 6. Okay. Let's see. Orange building with the awning. That's what I thought. So that's Central Avenue. The cross street, that is 6. Okay, that makes sense. The 600 block. Okay. All right. So, I mean, it's super cute. And you know what? The Google Maps image of that block of Central Avenue in Connersville, it was updated May 2023. So it has the new sidewalks. Here, let me show you all. Damn it, Amber, thank you so much for being a member for 9 months. I just love to use these to oh, thanks so much. We do love our basic Bettys. All right. So this is this building right here with the orange awning. I guess this is what is believed to be where the brick and mortar commercial space is going to be located. See, this is Central Avenue, and there's a reason I'm showing you this. Not just so you can see the sidewalks and everything, but also I want you to see the cross street. This one is 6th Street. You can't really zoom in on it, but just take my word for it. There, you see 6th. Okay, so it's on Central Avenue between 6th and 7th, I believe, because I think it goes back the other way. There's his little storefront right there. And this cross street, I don't know. I guess is that 7th? I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah, that's 7th. Okay. So, all right. Wow, look at that. Look at those new sidewalks. It looks like they got new street lamps as well. You know how Mr. Corbin is so concerned about the lack of street lighting in his neighborhood in the Connersville. It looks like they installed new lamp posts, new sidewalks, and whatever you call those, mulch moats. I've never heard of that before, but I also didn't know what the hell they were called. So what do I know? So there's the building, I guess. Wow. Yeah, I can definitely see the potential. Absolutely, pizza, my pizza, but you know you'll have to remind me. You know the drill. All right, so there's that. Whatever. Let's see. So these efforts that are already underway in Connersville to revitalize downtown Connersville. Hold on, wait. Sorry, pause. I totally almost forgot this. I can't believe I almost forgot this. Babe, are you listening? I'm going to tell them about your Cameo request now. Okay, so earlier today, Yaba was so proud of herself. She comes to my office and she's like, so I did a thing. And I was like, oh my God, what? So I guess she's seen where Ron on Facebook posted that he was active on Cameo. And do you guys know what Cameo is? Where like you can pay the Cameo creator to like say whatever you want him to say, do shout outs or whatever. You're here, thank God. Okay, good. So she's like, I did a thing. And first she shows me where Ron is live on Cameo. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, wait. I didn't open it right. Hold on. And I was like, oh my God, what did you do? Hold on. Is he right? So she submitted and paid for, okay, in full, this request for Cameo. I'll read it for you now. It says, hey, Yaba, it's me, Ron Negs. I just want to say I'm really sorry for harassing you for all these years. Sam, too. You guys are really cool, and I'm just jealous. Also, you didn't steal the YouTube Underground name from me. Clara, sorry, too. I should have made her come in here and read it. Y'all had to hear it out of her voice. It was so fucking funny. She's so funny. So I think $23 is what that cost her. $23. Do you want to see his response? Here's his response. Hold on. Needless to say, yeah, but got her $23 back. Your request for Negs cannot be completed. Although Negs tries to deliver 100% of requests, sometimes certain requests are confusing, difficult, or not in line with the talent's image. Since Negs cannot complete it, the hold on your card has been released. Please allow for 5 to 7 business days for it to appear. Thank you for supporting Cameo. Now you know after Ron... And because Ron had to be talked into making that post and going live on Cameo. Clara had to give him the old pep talk, after he was so devastated by Father's Day yesterday. It really almost took him out. That was on Live Me, though. If you guys want to see how Ron lost his shit on Father's Day because he saw a picture of another man getting praise on Facebook for being a good dad, you got to go catch his Live Me replay. We don't have time to look over that right now. But just take my word for it. It's on Live Me, and it's fucking glorious. Oh, yeah, but that's what I was saying. Could you imagine how excited he got after Clara Hondra had to give him the old pep talk to get him on the Cameo, and he posts on Facebook, of all places, hey, I'm live on Cameo if you want to pay me to say something. And then little notification went off that he got a Cameo order, and then he opens it. And that's what it is. Here, I'm going to put it back on the screen because it was fucking amazing. I was like, baby, this is why I love you. And she's like, this is why I love you too. I love it. It says, yeah, but it's me, Ron Negs. I just want to say I'm really sorry for harassing you all these years. Sam, too. You guys are really cool, and I'm just jealous. Also, you didn't steal the YouTube Underground name from me. Claire is sorry too. Fucking great. Blender feller. It's live. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. All right. Anyway, that was great, right? Okay. All right. So back to the revitalization efforts going on in the Connorsville. All right. I have some information to share with you all. I've been doing some research, into, just exactly what's been going on over there in the Connorsville. Okay. Let's see. This is the one I want. Okay. Here we go. Let's begin. No, I don't remember which one it was. Okay. Well, first, let's just look at this real quick. It didn't open. Which one am I on? That one. Hold on. Here it is. Okay. The Connorsville Comprehensive Plan would not have been possible without the residents, business owners, and other stakeholders who devoted their time and ideas to help aid in this process. We would like to thank the city staff and officials, city department members, county officials, and members of the Comprehensive Planning Committee for their time, commitment, and dedication to developing this plan. And here, as you can see, we've got the mayor, the Fayette Community Foundation, the Fayette County Area Plan Commission, the Connorsville Chamber of Commerce Director Brian Durham, who incidentally is no longer the Connorsville Chamber of Commerce Executive Director. He resigned in April. He's only recently been replaced by the founder of a nonprofit called Discover Connorsville, who's also been very active since 2017 in revitalizing Connorsville, Indiana. See, Ron and Clara, I don't know what you think you're doing going on the internet, trying to kickstart $10,000 fundraising for some brick and mortar store that you're trying to convince your Kickstarter contributors is going to save and revitalize downtown Connorsville, Indiana. But these are the people who have actually been working their asses off to come up with not only the planning but the funding to revitalize downtown Connorsville, Indiana. And I don't see your names anywhere. I see, now this was close. At first glance, I was like, holy shit, Clara Frank. Then I was like, wait a minute, that's Chad Frank. No relation. Anyway, Connorsville City Council, Community Wellness Coordinator, the mayor, again, city council members, districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wonder which city council district Grandma's house is in. I mean, I'm just curious. Who's your representative? Do you even know their name? No. City council at large and city council at large. Those are the people been working on the revitalization planning, funding, and efforts in Connorsville. Not you. Let's see. What is this? This is funny enough. See, you just got to wonder, because my mind has been really kind of working overtime and the last couple of weeks listening to Ron and Clara talking about starting this business, and then there's the fundraising for the attorney, then there's the fundraising for the Kickstarter for the 10K for the business, and then there's Clara says she sold her condo and no one will ever find her money, and her money is well hidden and nobody will ever know where her money is except for Ron and her banker. But then there's all this talk about money, and it's money, money, money. And, there's this business that they're trying to make everybody on the internet believe is going to benefit all these people. And it's all very, very, I don't know, what's the word? Suspect. It's just highly sus, So anyway, like I said, I saw those sidewalks and I was like, man, there's already, revitalization going on down there. And this is something I found. It's called the Connorsville Comprehensive Plan. Adopted December 5th, 2022. I was like, holy shit, that was just this past December. Like, what is the Connorsville Comprehensive Plan that was just adopted December 5th, 2022? Like, that's great. So I'm just, I really enjoy local politics and, just kind of like, reading local political, shit. I don't know. I just like doing it. I like following the money, I like to follow the money, and with government agencies, it's pretty easy to follow the money, and especially like smaller communities and municipalities, it's even easier to follow the money. So it's fun. It's just fun for me. It's something I like to do. Okay. Anyway, look at that. Welcome to Connorsville, the city that moves. All right. That's great. So anyway, there's this Connorsville Comprehensive Plan, and like, oh, there's the purpose of the plan. There's, the mapped out area. There's Central Avenue. Okay, that's great. There's the scope of the plan, process to develop the plan. There's the map. Okay. So I found this page particularly interesting because it's talking about this is a report basically to the community from the government saying, okay, guys, we've been talking about revitalizing Connorsville. This is where we got the money. These were the focus groups and the meetings that we held, not only in our committees, but then also with, they were open to the public, and the public was allowed to come in and they were allowed to give their opinions and their, statements supporting our ideas or opposing them. And it's, it's a whole big, because what is it? It's a democracy, right? And that's how they work. Okay. So this particular page 13 is talking about how, in addition to the Connorsville Planning Committee meetings, a series of focus group meetings were held during the middle of the process at the end of April last year, right? The goal was to focus group discussion. The goal of the focus group discussions was to assess the issues each of the groups was facing. These discussions were held with the people representing the following groups across the community: business owners, investors, elected officials, local leaders, city staff members, nonprofit board members, high school students, and residents. I don't think Clara and Ronald were in attendance on any of these meetings. Here's another fun fact. When you go to stuff like this, where the government is like, hey, this is what we want to do with our tax dollars, and this is how we want to make changes to our community, and the public is invited, you sign in when you attend those meetings. As a member of the public, you've got to list your first name, last name, and your address, and that all becomes a matter of public record. So I'm going to guess like Ron and Clara never signed in to any of these meetings, but thank God that at this late date, mid-June 2023, after all of these people spent all of this time and all of this money and put all of this planning into the Connorsville Comprehensive Plan, thank God Ron and Clara are here to save the day, and they have rented a brick and mortar store downtown where they're going to sell DVDs, incense, T-shirts, fix your guitar, and let you use their recording equipment that they bought with money from the Kickstarter. That, I don't know. It's just my opinion. I don't know this is fact, but it's my opinion based on what I've been seeing and hearing online from Clarahondra and Hunch over the last several weeks and months. It is my opinion that perhaps it is entirely possible that the Kickstarter could, I don't know, possibly, it's just my opinion, maybe be laundering somebody's money. But I don't know. I don't know anything about that sort of thing, I could be totally wrong. All right. Yeah, string cheese. I wonder where they got the idea for that. All right. Anyway, let's go back and hear Ronald tell us more about, you guys, stop giving me a hard time about the Kickstarter. We're just trying to save a small downtown community and kickstart the revitalization of our community. Yeah, okay. Hey, Borking, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chat. Screen share again. There we
go. With the money I'm asking for into Kickstarter, I had specifically stated that it would be used to enhance the equipment that we would have to allow opportunities to people that they otherwise wouldn't find in other places. And also, it will help build a better aesthetic overall for the store. Because trust me when I say that there are a lot of downtowns like this littered with, like you walk in and it's like you have to dig through a crate from Amazon, right?
It's so funny he mentions that. The Connorsville Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, when there's new businesses that open up in Connorsville, they do a really good job of promoting them and posting on the Facebook page so that members of the community know that these businesses have opened up brick and mortar in downtown, right? So here's one such store that was opened just this year in downtown Connorsville, and it was featured on the Chamber of Commerce web Chamber of Commerce Facebook page. Illyria Sand, when's the last time you remember buying a physical DVD? I can't tell you. I have absolutely no idea. So here's one such store. This store is called Treasure Box Bargains. It opened in March of this year at 2134 Park Road, Connorsville, Indiana. And as you can see, this type of store seems to be exactly what Mr. Corbin was describing just moments ago in the video clip we were watching. This is literally like in the same immediate area as where Ronald and Claire are going to be opening their soon to be super successful brick and mortar store that will be pivotal in the revitalization of downtown Connorsville. Yeah. Here's another one that I also found on the Connorsville Chamber of Commerce Facebook page that was featured. This place is called Barrett Wholesale. And as you can see, they had a storefront, brick and mortar storefront in downtown Connorsville, Indiana. They were open for about a year and a half and ended up closing. They are no longer in business as of December of last year. So that didn't work out too good. Kayla, I love you and your thorough research. Thank you so much. And thank you for the super chat. All right. So yeah. But again, that's why we're so fortunate that Ron and Claire are here to take to Rumble to clear up any questions anyone has about what's going to make their business in downtown Connorsville totally different and totally successful. Okay. All right. I found this clip. Actually, it's coming up, so I'm just going to let it play. Listen to what he has to say when I think maybe somebody in the chat suggested applying for grants. Listen.
No. Those days are done. Those days are done. Okay. One person becomes aesthetically pleasing. The person down the hall goes, man, that store is fly. I want to keep up with them. It's a domino effect.
So he's saying if you guys give him $10,000 in his Kickstarter, he'll be able to buy nice things for his store that will make it aesthetically pleasing. And then other nearby store owners will want to be aesthetically pleasing like his store. And it'll be a domino effect of aesthetic pleasantness. And that is how you will achieve the revitalization of downtown Connorsville, Indiana. He's dead ass serious. One can only wonder if this was in his actual business proposal.
Okay. I know people have also brought up, why don't we apply for a grant? I would be more than happy to apply for a grant if you could show me where the grant is, what the name of the grant is, make sure it's for this current year and how to apply for it. And I will apply for it.
You've got to be kidding me, sir. You mean to tell me that you can make yourself a Kickstarter? And he says that it took him several tries before the Kickstarter was approved and he was allowed to launch it. So you're telling me you can put the time and effort and energy into learning how to get a Kickstarter proposal to go through so you can crowdfund on the Kickstarter, but you can't be bothered to take the time and effort and energy to figure out how to identify and apply for grants, sir. He's like, listen, if you don't want to just give me the fucking money, and if you want me to apply for a grant, then put the grant in front of me and make sure that it's currently active for this year and that me and my business meet all the criteria, and then tell me how to fill it out. Like, are you serious? Zero effort. This motherfucker refuses to put any effort at all whatsoever into literally anything. Anything. It's unreal. Wow. Remember I told you about how, hey, Southern Belle, hold on. I think Ron in DC could use a circus tent as a start. Thank you so much for the super chat. Remember how I was like kind of spouting off a little bit about how the Chamber of Commerce of Connorsville lost their executive director in April, and now they've just recently, like this month, hired a new one, and that she is the founder of a nonprofit that has been working on revitalizing downtown Connersville. Right. So here's that nonprofit. It's called Discover Connersville. Why don't you just sit the fuck down for a minute there, Ronald, and why don't you get a pen and paper, maybe take some notes here. All right. So Discover Connersville. About Discover Connersville, an Indiana Main Street program. Since September 2017, when we became a 501c3 and a newly formed Main Street, our nonprofit organization has been working diligently to put Connersville, Indiana back on the map. Discover Connersville mission is to create a positive energy, stimulate growth, and foster community pride while preserving our past and developing our future. The Main Street program works to revitalize the economy, appearance, and image of downtown commercial districts using the National Main Street Center's successful Main Street approach. Main Street is a comprehensive, incremental approach to revitalization built around a community's unique heritage and attributes. Using local resources and initiative, the state program helps communities develop and provide support for the implementation of their own strategies to stimulate long-term economic growth and pride in the heart of their communities downtown. Wow. A lot going on there, huh? So what is the National Main Street Initiative? Does anybody know anything about that? I know this is probably boring for some people, and I'm going to lose some people, and that's totally fine. But there are people who kind of like digging into shit like this, like I do. Okay. All right. So National Main Street Center. The website is mainstreet.org. Housing 101. But specifically, I want to back up because there was talk in the Connersville Comprehensive Plan about different grants and fundings that they are using for the revitalization of downtown Connersville. And part of the funding came from the GIFT, which is Giving Indiana Funds for Tomorrow. It's a Lilly Endowment grant or something like that. Anyway, my point is that this is part of fundraising. If you're really truly into like revitalizing your community and you're not just gaslighting, people on the internet into funneling cash into your personal business venture. Because let's face it, they keep saying over and over and over how so many people are going to benefit, and this is going to be great for the community, and we're going to do this for college students, and we'll do seminars, and we're providing things for the community that they can't find elsewhere. No. You want people to pump cash into your business venture so you can buy top-notch, high-quality equipment and don't have to come out of pocket for anything. And the only people who are going to benefit, we're speaking hypothetically on all of this, of course, the only people who would benefit would truly be the business owners. I mean, just, when you look at it overall, you're talking about downtown Connersville, Indiana. Like it doesn't make sense. But anyway, but Ron can't be bothered. He does not want to hear about any suggestions to apply for grant funding for anything that he wants to do that he and his woman claim is going to benefit the community as a whole. Has nothing to do with him wanting to start a business, to be a successful business owner, an entrepreneur, and, be financially successful in this business. It's not about the bottom line. It's not about making a profit. It's not about, being a successful business owner. He wants everyone to believe that this is I can't say the word. I can't say the word. Y'all know what I mean. Philanthropy. You know what I mean. Anyway, They're trying to convince that this is all about charity and the common good and the greater good, and it's all for the community. Bullshit. But then when somebody suggests, well, why don't you apply for grant money? He's like, do it for me. Philanthropic. Thank you. Thank you, Plant Mama. Philanthropic. Just gonna get it out. Anyway. Well, you know, but that's what people do. People who want to get involved in their community, one that you say yourself is full of nothing but a domino effect of blight and depression and failure, they will put the time and the effort and the energy into finding grants out there, such as the Eli Lilly grant and the gift fund or whatever it is, but not Ronald P. No way, no how. Ain't gonna happen.
Okay. But it is purely to have a instant cash injection into the aesthetic and overall, because if you buy cheap equipment for what we're doing, you're going to keep buying cheap equipment over the years. You buy good equipment once, you never buy it again. I don't know who it is. I just think some people maybe have some questions before they contribute to it. And that is our intentions in our downtown are nothing but pure. Okay.
Gaslighting. Toot toot.
I would love to become a millionaire overnight, but I know that's not going to happen. I know that I'm going to win some and I'm going to lose some. Okay. But we want to offer an opportunity to not only our audience, but people that some of you may live in a big city where this type of stuff doesn't happen, where you don't have this like, well, maybe you do have like, what do they call it? Urban blight or something. This shit is blight. It's fucking blight, block. It just sucks, right?
Yeah. My community is nothing but blight, block. It sucks. So give me money so I can buy top of the line studio recording and production equipment so I can save Connorsville. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Get out of my face. You suck.
Right. And a lot of people are tired of looking at it. And we've decided to be proactive. I was at the...
Listen to him. A lot of people are tired of looking at it, and we've decided to be proactive. You? Really? Really, Ron? You? You and who? You and Clara? Really? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Goofy dumb, goofy hoe bitch. If you get grants, you have to provide an accounting of the funds. Weird the addict doesn't want to do that, right? Thank you for the super chat. All right. So Ron and Clara have decided that they are sick and damn tired of looking at the blight in downtown Connorsville. So they've decided they're going to be proactive and do something about it. This is from the Fayette County Chamber of Commerce, Connorsville, Indiana, May 13th, 2022. So like a month ago. For immediate release, the Connorsville Redevelopment Commission is pleased to announce the placemaking project Market Street Plaza in the downtown area. This project is funded. Oh, this is where I got all the names of the grants and the funding. Duh. Okay, here it is. This project is funded by the Redevelopment Commission, the Fayette Community Foundation, as a part of the Lilly Endowment, Inc. Gift 7 initiative, and once finalized, the READY grant. Market Street Plaza will be located on the empty gravel lot on Fifth Street that is commonly known as Burkhart's Lot. You guys remember when we saw where his store was located between 6th and 7th? So this is one block down from where his store is going to be, allegedly. The new development is named after the street between that lot and Whitewater Valley Railroad Train Depot. The facility will be the center of activity downtown, serving as a permanent home for the farmers market and for a host of events, bringing people together for fun and entertainment while strengthening local businesses. The engineering is almost complete, with construction looking to start by the end of the year. We will provide more information once engineering is complete and the READY grant is finalized. Mayor Chad Frank. Ronald, look around. get on Fayette County Chamber of Commerce, Connersville, Indiana's Facebook page. Join these groups. Figure out what the hell it is going on around you. I cannot believe you're seriously sitting here on the internet, you and your girlfriend on the Rumble, talking about we're going to save Connersville, send us $10,000 for recording equipment and aesthetics. Jesus. Fools. Just a bunch of damn fools. What are their names? It's a Jana. It's a Jana. Are you okay? Who else? What other numbnuts are over there throwing money at these morons? Are y'all okay? I don't know. Are they okay? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, wait, hold on. I want to look for something else. Actually, I think I screenshotted it. Give me a second. My screen's got a lot going on. Okay. All right. Is it this one? Oh, yeah. So this is a screenshot from that Connersville Comprehensive Plan document that I was reading from, and which is basically the local government's report to the taxpayer saying, hey, this is what we've come up with. This is how we're spending the money. This is where we're getting the money from. And this is how we're going to implement this whole revitalization plan, right? Well, there were, I think, 13 different areas that were being addressed in this comprehensive Connersville plan. And one of them, the one that most closely, would be related or associated to Ronald and Clarendra's dreams of opening a business downtown, would be the area of economic development. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to go through a couple points of note. The goal and recommendations found in this chapter were created to continue boosting the local economy. These strategies include growing existing, am I sharing? Yes. Growing existing businesses and inspiring more local entrepreneurial culture. Utilizing incentives to attract businesses that bring in quality, well-paying jobs. Building and creating partnerships between the school corporation, post-secondary institutions, and trade schools and area employers. Me thinks somebody's skimming over some shit here and there, but that's about it. But I just thought this was interesting, this part here, especially utilizing incentives to attract businesses that bring in quality, well-paying jobs. Okay. Goes on to list vision, goals, and projects. All right. That's so much fun. See, there's a lot going on in Connersville, Ron and Clarendra. Right where you claim your passion lies, you guys could get involved in this and actually contribute something to revitalizing downtown Connersville. But please, by all means, open your store. I think that'll really do the trick. All right, 1540. Hold on.
I'm shooting the moon here. But what we're trying to do is have a domino effect, because what the domino effect that's being had right now is one of continuous blight. And I for one am sick of seeing new sidewalks, these fucking mulch moats, and these buildings that are full of nothing but people's trash. Hell, one building has a big hole in the middle of the floor. Yeah. How long till that catches on fire and burns down that part of downtown?
Those are privately owned. I don't know what exactly you expect the city of Connersville to do about the condition of a building that's privately owned. But see, that just goes to show you he has absolutely fucking no idea what's going on in his community present day. He has no idea that the city and the county has spent the last 2 years coming up with not only a plan for, but the funding for literal revitalization of the very downtown area that he's talking about. He's clueless. He has no idea. No idea. Okay, hold on. Oh, listen to this. He says he doesn't even remember why the Kickstarter was set at 10K. He doesn't remember if he said it at 10K or if that's just what it defaulted to. I swear to God, listen.
Yeah, that your mama. So, what we're trying to do with our GoFundMe is a fast cash injection for better equipment.
By the way, did you catch he said GoFundMe and not Kickstarter? Did you hear that? Listen.
My site, me and my children's site. Excuse me. So, what we're trying to do with our GoFundMe is whose mama, your mama, and to add to the overall aesthetic. So, what we're trying to do with our GoFundMe is a fast cash injection for better equipment and to add to the overall aesthetic of our own location.
So a fast cash injection for top of the line equipment that he wants to play with and aesthetic. What could you be more specific on what you mean by aesthetic? Do you mean strips of LED lights? Do you mean laser light shows, tapestries to hang on the wall? Is that what you're talking about? Is that the aesthetic that you've got in mind? Maybe you could be more descriptive on what you mean by quick cash injection for aesthetic, Mr. Corbin.
If it does not succeed, we are going to proceed as if we have, as if the Kickstarter were successful. It will just take a little bit longer, but we're going to proceed as if it didn't. We may have another one, maybe without, because see, this God's the honest truth. One, I thought these things just ran until you met your goal. I thought, wow, this thing could be up for a year. No.
He had no idea how Kickstarter worked when he tried multiple times before he was successful in getting the Kickstarter accepted. He had no idea how it worked. Really, Ronald? No wonder you won't put the effort and energy into learning how to research and write grants. Like, not shocking.
60 days. Okay. I didn't know. I didn't even realize that I had to set the goal. It was like, I don't know if it was by default 10,000 or if I set it at 10,000 thinking it was going to be up for a year. Anyway.
Yes, please. So dump all of your hard-earned money into this guy's Kickstarter. He has no idea where the 10K number came from. Like, he has no plan, has no idea what he wants to buy with the money. Absolutely nothing. Clueless. Just give me 10K and see what I can do. I literally picture him standing in the middle of the room with literally butt naked, swinging his thing around, you know, saying, just give me 10K. We'll see what I can do with it.
Yeah, it seems lofty because it is lofty, but
he's like, it is lofty. Lofty. Interesting choice of word, lofty.
When it comes to the world of business, we are going to be...
Is that even lofty? Doesn't he mean hefty? Why is he using the word lofty? Am I the stupid one?
Signing a year-long lease, that is not a lot of money at all. So that is basically the lease. And with some extra left over.
Okay, so the lease we now know is less than $10,000 for 12 months because he said it's a 12-month lease. City Girl Swag. Can I get a shirt with a play on Flowers in the Attic with Cowards in the Attic unless someone has a better name? Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. You know what? I have an email now too for my merch. I think it's sam@samteflermerch.com. I don't know. I think it is. Anyway, all suggestions are going to start going in there. Like if you're dead serious, you want me to make it, like you can contact me there. Anyway, thank you for the super chat.
Because and the revitalization of this area of town, a lot of breaks. You know, you have to give people a break because like there's this whole fucking.
No, lofty means high. Okay, fine, whatever. I guess I'm the dumb one. I was like, doesn't he mean hefty?
Problem now, where it's like only the rich can have these opportunities, right? Only the rich.
It's so funny that he's saying that. He's like, we have this problem where only the rich can have these opportunities to open small businesses. When really, literally, I'm not going to pull it up again. But if you go to the Fayette County, Indiana, Connersville, Indiana Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, it is post after post after post after post of new small businesses that have opened up in Connersville. Like they take pictures of like they do little ribbon cutting ceremonies with the Chamber of Commerce. And it's literally like little startup business after little startup business. And the people who, these proud new business owners who are cutting the ribbons, they look just as poor as Ron, just as poor as anyone else in Connorsville. There's no big money coming in, opening shop in Connorsville. It's all poor working class people just like him who've grown up in Connorsville their whole lives, just like him, who are making a go at it. Just like him. And guess what? Unfortunately, the sad reality is when you go and try to like look up these small businesses, like and check in on them present day, how, you know, this one opened a year ago. How's it doing? Oh, it closed. It's closed. It's closed. Good luck with that, Ronnie.
All right. No, not anymore. All right. So that concludes my hopefully coherent Kickstarter explanation. I heard less criticism over GoFundMe's for lawsuits, but you know, hey, I get it.
Didn't Clara have a GoFundMe for a lawsuit? Did they not raise money for the lawsuit? I don't know. Anyway, let's see. There's one clip I really want you guys to see. Actually, two. So here's this one.
Yeah. Hello, D. Welcome, welcome. I don't know how to see. I don't even have my fucking glasses. I don't even know where they are. This is my life now.
Fucking loser. This is my life now. 36, 37. Hold on. Hey, baby. Oh my God, I love it.
It's a mermaid.
Yes. Oh my God. Does she love it?
Yeah.
Are you going to make the other girls ones too?
Yeah, they're gonna have matching ones.
Oh my God, they're going to love it.
Put epoxy over that and make it look any different. Like more shiny, do you think?
No.
No.
For one, you have to sand before epoxy. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I love you. She's just a tumbler making fool. She loves it so much. I can't wait. I cannot wait for those to launch. They're going to be so exciting. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah. Okay, listen. I love this one. 36, 37. Are you guys ready? Are you ready?
A picture frame, a scale. Who the fuck is trying to make is at? Dude, there's a fucking
Steph, I don't know. I don't know. I just pictured him swinging his dick around, saying, "Give me 10K and let's see what I can do." I don't know. Thank you for the super chat.
a picture frame, a scale. Who the fuck is trying to make is at? Dude, there's a fucking rug I was supposed to hang up 6 months ago. If you want to talk about something, oh, can you believe it? That's just literally Hitler incarnate because he didn't hang that rug up. You know.
This is your prize, Clarahondra. This is your man. This is your cute stoner boy, girl. I love it for you.
Oh, that makes him an evil, Satan worshiping person. I bet he eats babies. Yeah, cause that rug right there.
What? That was a top-notch comedy sketch right there. Ron, thank you for that.
Damn rug. Damn rug made me into a baby eater. Life imitating art. Let's talk about the rest. Not my rug. Let's talk about Clara's rug.
It's Claire's rug that he was supposed to hang on the wall 6 months ago.
I was supposed to do something. It's like you're supposed to hang it up. I didn't. Here, fuck it. Shit.
Me thinks that this rug not being hung after 6 months was a point of contention at some point during the day yesterday between the twos of them. Let's tap it back, see what you guys think. I don't know where this rug gets brought up.
Oh, can you believe it? That's just literally Hitler incarnate because he didn't hang that rug up. You know, that makes him an evil, Satan worshiping person. I bet he eats babies. Yeah, cause that rug right there. Damn rug. Damn rug made me into a baby eater. life imitating art. Let's talk about the rug. It's not my rug. Let's talk about Clara's rug. I was supposed to do something. It's like you're supposed to hang it up. I didn't. Here, fuck it. Shit. I'll show it to you. It's like a tapestry or some shit. All right, let me try not to fucking. There you go. It's really cool, actually. It's just fucking heavy. I'm just kidding. It's not that heavy.
Can you guys just picture Clara taking that rug down off her wall in DC and rolling it up and schlepping it all the way down the stairs to her Hyundai and wrestling it into the back seat of the Hyundai for the 11-hour drive back to Connorsville? And then it's been sitting in the corner of the media room for the last 6 months because her man is too weak and lazy to hang it for her. I cannot relate.
So, there we go. All right. Can't do that. This is not what it's for, though. It's for decor. It can't be on the floor. So I'm gonna fold it up appropriately. If there are any chiropractors in the fucking audience, could you like just maybe hook me up with a free diagnosis?
I think this is the point in his little comedy routine where people would start booing and throwing tomatoes. You fucking suck, Ronald. You suck. You're not funny and you suck. I don't know what to tell you.
Here. See, I'm gonna put it right there out of your vision. Now nobody can see it. There is no bodega. The bodega is not real. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The bodega does not exist. It's not a real thing. I hate to break it to you for all of those of you who are wanting to get pregnant with triplets.
So weird. I found this part interesting though because hashtag where is tragic?
Baby laxative and postage scales at 3 a.m. Speaking of tragic, where the fuck did he go? Dude, if I vanished for a fucking day and a half, everybody'd be like, nobody knows nothing.
Yeah, we would all be convinced you were dead because there's no way you're staying off the internet for a whole day and a half, Ronald P. Corbin, unless you're cold and dead. Yes, we know. That's right. Tragic is missing in action. Did you guys know Tragic was missing? Matthew? Did you all know Matthew is missing? He was supposed to do a panel with AK on Saturday afternoon. He was supposed to do a podcast with Ronald on Saturday evening, and he ghosted all of them. He is MISSING. Somebody check the jail.
Really? Dude just like ghosted everybody? Did anybody check it in? Like
Right, Bradley? It's almost like impersonating a cop is a bad idea. Almost.
The fucking local like papers or anything? Like maybe I don't know what city he lives in. So,
Yes, you do. You're such a bad liar.
so that's where I'd start. It's just weird for people just to like
It is weird, isn't it? I know.
vanish like that. Proof of life, sir. Yeah, because I mean, like, you know, he wasn't there for AK, their scheduled podcast and our scheduled podcast, which thank you, Renegade Russ, for stepping in.
That was a horrible disaster, and I wish we had time to go over it, but we don't.
Is he okay? I don't know.
Some friend you are, huh?
I don't know. Everything was fine last time we talked.
Yeah, right. I smell bullshit and lies. I think that maybe Ronald and Clarahondra done turned Zoomy Booby on to Matthew.
And so there are more people closer to him than I am. So just reaching out. Yeah. Yeah, he could be having health problems. He's gastrointestinal issues.
You would know.
Yeah, I see your fat ass. I do. I mean, I hope I don't see your fat ass, but I see you wrote that you see my fat ass. So, all right, I just care.
All right. Well, that's enough of that. Where is it? Shut up. Let's just see what Clara had to say. She got right into it right at the beginning of her stream. Thank God. We'll check that out, and then I gotta go. Hold on, I'm bopping through her intro because who wants to sit through that bullshit? Not me. This mess.
Hello. How is everybody? Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. So, yeah, I haven't been live for a couple of days because I've, been doing things in real life. Maybe some people can learn from that. Certain people who go live every day and accuse other people of not having a life. And I saw some things that I thought were amazing. So I thought that I would react to them. And then after that, I'm going to get down to the business of baking and organizing the kitchen. Hello, Straubs. And thank you, Negs, for becoming a monthly member. I love you. Thank you, baby. All right. So I wanted to start off addressing probably some of the most idiotic talking points related to the business and the Kickstarter and so on. And if love you, Negs.
Ugh.
I am
love you, Negs. Ugh, disgusting.
Baking a pound cake, Paulina.
Of course you are.
And I am very glad that
who in the hell bakes a pound cake when it is 90 degrees in the middle of June and you don't even have central air? What are you doing baking a pound cake? Unfucking real.
I have all the ingredients that are necessary for this pound cake.
Except for common fucking sense. You have no common sense. Who bakes a pound cake in June and you don't have air conditioning?
I just happened to have them all handy. So I thought, okay, what is the one thing that I could make that would be easy? A pound cake. Okay, I'll make it.
Why don't you make a nice summer salad? Why don't you make a nice pasta salad, an antipasta salad, or whatever it's called? Maybe a fruit tray. Maybe cut a watermelon, some nice strawberries, something light, maybe a cucumber, tomato, onion salad, and you just use the Italian dressing and it's really easy. You literally cut up cucumbers and you cut up your choice of whatever the fuck kind of tomato you want, some finely sliced white onion, Italian dressing, maybe a little garlic, put it in the fridge to chill. It's delightful. It's delicious. What are you doing baking a fucking pound cake?
Pound cake then. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the Kickstarter, and actually the Kickstarter link is in the description, but if somebody could...
I'm sorry, I cannot stand the sounds her mouth makes when she talks. Is it just me? Is it just me? I can't take it. I can't take it. I realized I was just drinking my Starbucks in the microphone. It would probably sounded disgusting to some people, but she's just swallowing mouthfuls of saliva and stuff. It's not just me. I don't think so. Look at that carpet, would you? Can you all see the carpet? Down here in the corner, do you see it? Look at the effing carpet. Look at it. You know, when I bought my house in 2017, it had the living room had this old carpet. It was just like light blue, just not like that. It was just like regular, like 1980s, 1990s, carpet, but it was blue. It was probably in there since the 80s, whatever. It was filthy. It was dirty, right? And I had a feeling I was going to have to rip it out, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a carpet shampooer, a good one, and I'll just see if I can clean it and make it like tolerable, like for now, right? Because I didn't have the money to rip the carpet out and replace carpeting. I was doing other stuff. Well, so we rented a carpet shampooer, and I spent, I'm not kidding you, between me, two of my daughters, and Jessica, Julian's mother, we spent 2 days and 2 nights shampooing that carpet, and it basically like turned into glue. And I have pictures of us ripping that carpet out the next day. We took the carpet shampooer out and we ripped that carpet out, and then we just sanded the floors, and then I put I put this it was kind of like peel and stick almost carpeting, and then I just got like 2 really nice floor rugs, like really nice ones. They were squishy and soft and just delicious, and they were huge, and it was basically wall-to-wall carpeting. So for like a couple hundred, as opposed to like $1,000 just to carpet that one room, was horrible. But anyway, whatever. Please, yes, continue living in that filth and squalor.
But please spam the chat heavily with that Kickstarter link. That would be fantastic. All right. Now, I wanted to talk to you guys about urban renewal projects and how they are done.
That's right. Yes. Tell us about urban renewal projects and how they're done, please. I can't wait to hear it. But hold on. Does it sound to you guys too that she's literally gasping for air? Listen to her. Whenever she takes a break and she takes a breath. Yes. Hold on. Debbie Plum agrees. I can't stand it when she breathes heavily through that big nose of her. I don't care about the size of her nose. But it's like she's gasping for air. She can say like 4 or 5 words, and then she's literally like, yeah, she might want to lay off the vape. Ma'am, you are absolutely oxygen deprived. Absolutely.
So there's been a lot of misinformation spread. I mean, I know that we're not raising money for eyeglasses or tractors or lol suits and shit of that nature. But we are raising money to open a business in a very depressed downtown area.
Looks to me like that downtown is coming along nicely. They're going to have a farmer's market there by the end of the year, Clarahondra.
Now, one of the criticisms that I heard that is particularly idiotic, especially coming from someone who claims to have had a real estate license, is, well, why do you want to use other people's money when you can get a loan and use your money? You idiot. A loan is not your money. It is the bank's money. Okay. When I had a mortgage up until a couple of
What's in her mouth? Do you see that? She's got something in her mouth.
weeks ago, my home, which
What is in her mouth?
I called my home, did not actually belong to me. That home belonged to the bank. Okay. As long as you have a.
Yeah, no shit. And you were upside down on that motherfucker, weren't you? Methinks she walked away with a cool 10K. And that's why, allegedly, it's my opinion that it appears that 10K is being laundered or attempting to being laundered through the Kickstarter. But that's just my opinion based on everything that has been presented to me by this subject.
Loan in place. That property does not belong to you. You can have a deed on the property, but the bank can snatch it away at any moment. If there is any kind of an irregularity, if you don't pay your mortgage, if something goes wrong, the bank can repo it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dee. Thank you. Love you so much. I appreciate it.
There's not a big breath in.
The federal government can repo your home. The federal government can declare eminent domain and take your home away. Okay. And you can make as much of a stink as you want. If you owe back taxes, you can lose your home. If you don't pay your mortgage, you can lose your home. The point is that the money that you are using when you take out a loan does not mean that that is your money. It is
Yeah, but you're renting this space for the store, right? Not owning it. I'm failing to see that. I'm not putting it together. Clara, help me out.
not your money. It is the bank's money, which is why the bank expects you to pay it back with interest. Again, I find it very unusual that somebody who allegedly had a real estate license wouldn't know this.
What does having a real estate license have anything to do with gathering the money needed to start a small business? I'm unclear here. I don't understand. When you get a real estate license, do you have to have a business degree to get that? I'm failing to put this together.
Yeah, the property taxes, exactly. And I also find it ironic coming from someone who can't even buy a cup of coffee without getting subscribers to pay for it. But okay, whatever. Now, I wanted to talk about the whole concept of urban.
I think DC is ready for gravity bong hit. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, she's going to tell us all about urban revitalization, everybody. Okay, as it relates to Connorsville, Indiana. Oh, wait, no, she's not.
Renewal. And I heard one criticism today of, well, why would he want to, he, of course, being my love, why would he want to renovate?
Did you hear how she literally had to choke those words down when she called him my love?
Subscribers to pay for it. But okay, well, why would he want to, he, of course, being my love, why?
My love, choke. Oh, Persephone's pomegranate. Quite the observation you have for us. Can't buy a cup of coffee without subscribers paying for it. LMAO, is she talking about Callie? That's funny as shit.
Why would he want to renovate a downtown of a city a town that he has said that he hates because there's so many? What were the things that were listed? A depressed downtown, crime, drugs.
Yeah. So yeah, over the weekend, Ron was talking about how he basically has Connorsville, Indiana to blame for him being a complete and total failure in life because he never stood a chance because of Connorsville. That it's such a horrible place and it's poor, there's no opportunities, it's blighted, crime, drugs. Literally this community has the ability to just ruin a man who, from childhood. No hope for him at all, he said. But in the same breath, he says that he is not going to leave until his teenage son has graduated from Connorsville High School because he's not going to just yank his kid out of Connorsville. Well, why would you not? Do you want your kid to grow up and be an absolute fucking loser like you because of Connorsville? What makes you think that the outcome for your son is going to be any different than what your outcome was being raised in Connorsville? And you have no good reason why you won't take your son and leave Connorsville and move to a community where he has a fighting chance of not being a loser like his dad, other than the fact that you somehow managed to wrestle 50% of the ownership of your grandmother's house out of your mom and uncle's hands. So you don't want to walk away from that half a house that you own in your name without a mortgage. Good for you, Ron. Herbal tea is DC. Sucking on Werther's original must be. Thank you for the super chat. Anyway, I digress.
That kind of thing. Well, guess what? DC at one time was crime-ridden and drug-ridden.
DC is at this time continues to be crime-ridden and drug-ridden, and Connorsville, Indiana is not DC on any day of the week, no matter what way you slice that shit. So I don't know why you're going to sit here and start talking about DC. It's not even the same fucking universe, but please continue. Tell us all about it.
and had a depressed downtown
Mhm.
and had neighborhoods that were completely burned down during the riots after the Martin Luther King assassination.
Mhm. Yeah, and we're not talking about anything even close to that in Connersville, Indiana. No.
And those neighborhoods were allowed to lay fallow, basically,
Mhm.
for years. Years and years and years. Developers wouldn't touch them. People were fleeing Washington in
It still is. DC is a swampy, funky armpit.
droves because the city had become so dangerous. And there were beautiful, beautiful houses with beautiful bones. Thank you, Annette, for becoming a monthly supporter. I appreciate that. And there were neighborhoods that were basically destroyed, that were allowed to be destroyed, and houses that had been turned to move in. So what happens around low, and so what happened buying houses that these
God, she's literally gasping for air. Put the fucking vape down, or don't, or don't, or don't.
the houses were literally shop is, and but it's a danger that you were going to get jumped and robbed by the local junkies. But
Yes, hit the vape.
for those of you who ever heard of the broken windows theory
We
and
don't
another
care.
and gradually windows theory bucks, that is
DC, it's Connersville.
were shells that were occupied again by junkies that had been turned in. Another guy neighborhood started to realize either rent them out for higher amount for that neighborhood to go, but it started with one
Here we go, guys. Woo! That was a ride.
fested shithole to one of the chicest, most upscale neighborhoods in the entire city, in all of Washington, D.C. But it started with one person saying, okay, you know what? I can't afford to live on Swan Street or 17th Street or P or Q or R west of 15th Street. So I'm going to move east of 15th Street and I am going to do my part. These gay guys started neighborhood watch programs. They got the junkies cleaned out. They got all of the mess cleaned out. I mean, when I would leave my home at Logan Circle, and I was in the time, the junk game and the other end, it happened. Now, families, and then all of a sudden, similar projects were attempted in Baltimore, and they failed. Still shitty, but now you can't buy them for a person would want to live in and get areas of Baltimore. Again, these are the projects that take a while. They take a while.
Thank you, Nikki M. Gentrification isn't the same as revitalizing the community. However, especially in small town municipalities such as the Connersville, gentrification can sometimes be masked and sold to the people as revitalization, but I don't really think that's what's going on in Connersville,
but unless one person makes an effort and
yes, I can tell you where gentrification was masked and sold to the people as revitalization. Abso-fucking-lutely, South Bend, Indiana.
It's the ball rolling, then nothing happens. So you can take one of two approaches. You can sit there, you can point at the downtown and complain, God, why is the downtown so sucky? Or you can make the effort to say, you know what? I'm going to raise a couple of bucks. I'm going to open a business downtown. We already have a yoga studio going in there. There are a couple of other.
Oh, do you guys hear all the swallowing and shit? Like, ma'am. I can't handle it.
Businesses that are opening up in the same building. And one by one, that building is going to bloom and it's going to bring in foot traffic, and the foot traffic is going to benefit the downtown. And then more people are going to be encouraged to maybe buy out the owners of those storefronts that are empty right now, or buy from people who are basically sitting on businesses and using them for tax purposes as depreciation. To write off on their taxes. They don't care.
So we've now heard that same line from Ron and Clarahondra. Are you telling us, Clarahondra and Ronald, that you intend to go after the property owners of those buildings in downtown, that you have decided that they are just letting get dilapidated and stand empty so that they can use them as tax write-offs, the depreciation as tax write-offs on their super uber wealthy tax returns. Is that your accusation? Is that what you're telling us about the property owners of those buildings in downtown Connersville, Indiana? That's interesting. Have you been to city council meetings to discuss this with your city council representatives? Where do you get the idea that this is what's going on? I'm curious. I'd love to know.
Care about the downtown, and there are people who do. So maybe if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, whatever numbers of people decide that they care enough to invest in the downtown, then that means that the downtown, thank you, Straubs, for becoming a monthly supporter. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Then that means that the downtown.
Is that Paula Abdul? Who is the person depicted in that large framed black and white print behind her? Is that fucking Paula Abdul? No spoons, only knives. Thank you so much for being a member for 9 months. We do love our basic Bettys. She's so out of touch with current trends. Indeed. Gooby dumb, gooby ho, bitch. Didn't she just say the banks own property? People don't. Pick a lane, Slurpee. Thank you for the super chat. Fucking Paula Abdul. Boy, I bet that's going to really bring in the revenue, isn't it, Ronald? Look at that prize. Can I bid on it? Can I buy this off the eBay? I must have it. I absolutely must have it.
Is going to bloom eventually. Will it happen overnight? It will not happen overnight. It will not happen overnight. Will it take a while? It will take a while. Yes, it will take a while. But it's worth the effort.
You're not putting any effort into it. Literally none. The only effort you or Ron are putting into this is having your mods drop the Kickstarter link. Ronald said himself, not only did he have no idea how Kickstarter worked when he launched it, he didn't realize you only had 60 days to raise the money. And if you didn't make your goal in 60 days, everybody got their money back and you had to start over. He also admitted that he doesn't know why $10,000 is the goal. He doesn't remember if he set it at $10,000 or if that was the default amount for a new Kickstarter. Anyway, about it, 10,000 wasn't his number. He didn't have a number. Wow.
It is worth the effort.
What effort? Remember when somebody suggested that you guys apply for some grant money instead of bleeding your tiny little minuscule little community dry on freaking war chest and Kickstarter donations? His response was, if you want me to apply for a grant, then you go research it, you find it, you put it in front of me, make sure it is currently active for this year and that my business venture meets all the qualifications, and then do it for me. Tell me more about the effort you guys are putting into this. I love hearing about it. Accountability Beauty, it's my understanding that Yaba Tefler unblocked everybody on her channel the other day. Thank you for the super chat.
And again, you can either light a candle or you can curse the darkness. And we are choosing to light a candle. That's what we're doing.
I don't know. It's my opinion that it's possibly, allegedly, a possibility that you're laundering your money through the Kickstarter. I could be wrong. I don't know. That's just my opinion based on the facts and the evidence and your words that have been presented to me on your Rumble channel. You and that dude you're with, the Ron guy. That's just what I think. So sue me.
And there is a growing trend of people who are fleeing urban areas, who are fleeing the big cities and going out to the smaller towns to find attractions, to find locally grown produce, to find locally produced merchandise, that kind of thing. So that is what we are doing.
What are you going to be locally producing exactly? 15-year-old DVDs? Poorly, cheaply framed posters of Paula Abdul. I'm pretty sure I can see where the motherfucker's cracked. Did you guys see it? It's cracked at that. Is this what you mean? Is this what you're talking? Are you dead serious, woman? You are. You are.
That's what we're doing. And there is a lot of ennui in this town. There's a lot of shrugging of the shoulders and, oh, well, what can I do? Well, this is what we're doing. Instead of saying, wow, isn't it great that there's another dollar store opening when we already have 3 or 4? Or, wow, wouldn't it be great to have another fast food restaurant when we already have so many? We are opening a store that offers unique merchandise, unique services, and that is what the Kickstarter is for. That's what the Kickstarter
I mean, they just can't be serious. They just cannot be serious.
is for. And that is exactly why we are so excited about this project. And for the people who were like, oh, well, you want, and you,
That's right. Swallow the GERD down, Clara. Swallow the GERD.
Bill Mama, of course, got it wrong again. And he actually apologized because he thought that we were selling CDs because, as usual, he doesn't do any research. And he's like,
Yeah, he's not selling. They're not selling CDs, dummy. It's DVDs. He's got 2 totes of them. Can't you see?
who's going to buy them? And then he went out and he found a store that sold CDs, and he actually went out and bought a CD player. So he apologized to Negs. This is what I'm hearing.
Oh, yes. I'm sure everybody in the greater Connorsville area is going to run out for a fucking DVD player once your store opens. I'm sure of it.
Anyway.
Swallow the GERD, Granny. Swallow the GERD. I love it. Look at her. She has to swallow her GERD down like literally every 20 seconds. 24. Every 24 seconds, Clarahondra has to swallow her GERD. I love that for you. You have to swallow your GERD all day, every day. What a miserable existence.
So,
String Cheese says the Kickstarter is up to $3,631, up from $2,000 something yesterday. I think Sam is right about the funneling. My opinion on that. You think I'm right with my opinion?
that's the deal. That's the deal.
That is the dumbest shit any of us have ever heard.
Also seem to recall not so long ago, people were saying the exact same thing about LPs. People were like, why the hell would anybody want to open a record store? Why would you want to?
I think you're right too. It went from 2K to 3.6 with only one additional backer. Interesting.
Sell LPs. Well, guess what? Now LPs are selling for upwards of $30 a pop. People are buying record players again. They're buying high-end record players again. And
that's true. DVDs are not records, you idiot.
Getting in.
Nobody in hell gave them 4K now.
Into the nostalgia of owning LPs. So the LP market was dead for many years, and now it has been revived. And I can tell you this firsthand. In DC, there are tons of record stores opening. People were selling LP.
Ma'am, this is not DC. You're in Indiana now. I cannot stress that enough, ma'am. You are in the Midwest. You are in Connorsville, bumfucked Egypt, Indiana, ma'am. Once again, you have no fucking idea where you are.
He's in London.
Oh boy. Screenshots of the changing amounts to show funneling. Really? All right, you guys listen to this while I go check my email.
For top dollar. And people are getting back into LPs again. So just when you think something is dead, guess what? It kind of gasps and comes back to life. So, no, not like Peaches.
Wait, I don't have an email.
Not like Peaches. Peaches was a huge store. These are very...
Fucking dummy. Who was that? Detective Cochese? I don't have an email. Did you send it to the email I put in the chat?
Very small.
Hey, Chicken Pickle. Good to see you. I saw Manning earlier. What do you mean email bounced? What does that mean?
Record stores. And they have those great niche albums that collectors are looking for. So, again.
Swallow the GERD. I love it.
again.
Why don't you take a drink of water? How about that? Why don't you have a drink of water? Oh, wrong email address. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Here, I'm going to pin it. I swear that's the right email address. I might have spelled it wrong earlier. I don't know, but there you go. There it is, pinned. Please try again. So sorry.
Don't write it off, okay? Because you never know when something is going to come back in vogue, or you never know that there are people, or you may not know that there are people out there who don't want streaming services. A vinyl player, that's cute, Straubs.
Yeah, I wonder, why is it that you don't have any vinyl records in your inventory, or do you? I would be interested to see exactly what vinyl records, vinyl LPs these two schmucks think are worth a dime.
So anyway, that's what we're doing. We are going to be the pioneers of downtown who start to revive the downtown.
Really? Clara, can I write this? Excuse me. I just need to write down this timestamp. That Clara Hondra has declared on Monday, June 19, 2023, that she and Ronald P. Corbin are going to be the pioneers of revitalizing downtown Connorsville. Done. It amazes me that she's spouting all this BS about revitalization when together they can't do research and apply for grants. Exactly. Exactly. And thank you for the super chat. Where are we at? We're just going to call it 22 minutes. And I'm going to circle it and put it over here. 22 minutes. Clara. Monday. What's today? The 16th? June. Wait. No. Today's not the 16th, dummy. Juneteenth, for crying out loud. Anyway, I'm going to circle it because I don't want to forget Rumble. Hold on, Rumble. Well, that's the only place she is these days, huh? All right, 22-minute mark. I love it. I had to write it on my whiteboard because I already put my notebook away. Hey, Wendy from Dr. Phil. Good to see you. Wendy from Dr. Phil in the chat, everybody. I'm sorry, who exactly is combing the shelves for March of the Penguins? Do tell. Indeed. There you go. There's your wrench, Wendy from Dr. Phil. Let's see. Rainy in the Desert. I want to visit her Goodwill store. Thank you for the super chat.
Not by buying up a block of buildings and sitting on them, obviously. Not by doing something like that, but by opening a small business, as so many millions of other people have done. And we are...
You know, and exactly, Whimsical Whimsy mentioning the Chamber of Commerce. You know, it's funny. I spent literally, like, I'm not kidding you, 30, maybe 40 minutes doing some research into Connorsville and whatever revitalization efforts that are going on in Connorsville present day. And in less than 40 minutes of research time, I learned that the Connorsville Chamber of Commerce has been struggling in recent months and years, but especially over the last several months when the former executive director resigned in April, and they've now appointed 2 people to fill his shoes. And they're struggling a little. The building that the Chamber of Commerce was occupying apparently was sold, and they were given very little time to find new office space. Like, the Chamber of Commerce in Connorsville is kind of going through it right now. And, you know, Ron and Clara have no idea about that because they're not actually looking into any legitimate revitalization efforts, or really even, you know, I question whether or not they're following the proper channels to open a business, brick and mortar, in downtown Connorsville, where massive government grant funded revitalization efforts are underway. I don't know. These are just things I think about.
Looking for support from the public. This is entirely voluntary. This is entirely voluntary, by the way. Nobody is forcing anyone to donate to the Kickstarter. Although I did look at...
That's her way of saying you don't have to give money to the Kickstarter. It's fine. I've got it covered. They want it all coming back to them anyway.
the total, and it's going very, very well, considering that it's been up for what, 10 days? I think that the growth of the Kickstarter has been fantastic. So if you want to support
Michelle, thank you so much for the super chat. This is Ron's dream, damn it.
local business, if you want to support reviving a dead
Hold on.
downtown,
Hold on. And that's so funny how she says, if you want to support local business, this is not local business to any of the 6 people who support you and Ronald financially. It's literally like 5 or 6 people total. Internet wide, like 5 or 6 people that donate to these fundraising efforts and send them their super chats and their and the, you know, Cash Apps and the PayPals and stuff. Oh, here we go. Thank you so much. Let's see. The screenshots I have, you can see how the amount raised is going up, but the number of contributors are not. Based on the screenshots, 5 users contributed to tiers that total $280. Wow. Okay. 5 users contributed to tiers that total $280. 4 users selected to back the tier that has no rewards for a total of $3,351. You can also tell that the existing contributors are increasing their pledge, as this shows the dollar going up, but the number of backers are static. Wow. Okay, let's see. Nine backers totaling $26.31. Hold on, guys. 9 backers totaling. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let me download these. Wow. Great work, Detective Cochesi. Is that how you say it? Excellent work. This is fantastic. All right. Let's see what this says. Okay. Do y'all remember he has a $150 tier that includes an Attic t-shirt? Jesus. Okay, hold on. Let me download that. And what's this? Okay, well, whatever. Open. All right, this is going to be fun, me trying to find the right one to share. Y'all have to excuse me. Like Cochise. Oh. Well, thank you for your hard work. I appreciate you so much. I should make Attic t-shirts, and you want to know why? Because it was Yaba and I that coined the Attic for them. Absolutely was. It was when I sat down one day, November 2020, and I sat down to my computer and I triangulated Ronald's location based on things that I could see and hear in his live streams when he would go outside for a smoke. And I determined he was in his mother's attic apartment. Sure did. It was me and Yaba. All righty. I don't know what order these are in, so we're just going to have to go for it. Whatever. Okay, so this is a screenshot of the Attic, the Kickstarter, Small Town Music Shop. Why is town not capitalized, Mr. Corbin? Anyway, so this was 49 days to go. Okay, at 8 backers, $2,531 had been pledged. At 8 backers. Okay. I should have done this on, what's it called? Streamlabs. Whatever. Sorry. Is that the same one? Oh, look at that. 9 backers, 2,631. So that's one more backer. Okay. Shoot, I don't know how to tell which one's which. Sorry, guys. Oh, that's not it. God dang it. What? Let me close it. Let me close them. Let's do that. Close that. Okay. So here we are. We're at 9 backers. And that, oh, did it really just scroll through them as I closed them? Anyway, here you guys see still at 9 backers, and it increased to 3,631. Where's my, let's try this. Where's my download? Oh, that's not nice. I don't like that at all. No. Close that. Okay, it's these two. Let me do it like this, okay? That's 1, 2, 2. Okay, that is 26.31, and that is 9 at 36.31. That's like $1,000 in one pledge. These are pledges, to be sure. Okay, so yeah, there's that one, 26.31. Oops. So there's 9 backers at 26.31, 49 days to go. And then there is, dang it, where'd it go? Sorry, I suck. $49 days to go, right? One day later, still at 9 backers, $1,000 more. The only one donating big bucks is DC. Deep Higgins likes people to see her donations. You're right. I'm not sure. Great work. Interesting. Very interesting. Thank you so much for that, Detective Cochise. Did I say it right? Well, anyway, here we go. All right. Well, that's all I have for tonight. I was not intending on being on here for 2 hours. Holy crap. But thank you so much to everybody for coming out, for showing up, for showing out. Thank you so much for all of your support. We will stay on top of this. You bet your ass we will. All right. All right.